Sergio Navas with Simply Drones, and today I'm gonna show you how to fly an industrial drone in manual mode. Now, before putting the drone in the air, I always do a site recognition where I check for the highest structures around. It can be either buildings, it can be trees. You can also look for birds and stuff like that. If we look a little bit around here, then you're gonna see that, well, basically the highest structures here are going to be trees. You need to be mindful as well of different hills. Depending on the hills, you're gonna have different altitudes as well for a certain amount of trees and certain heights of them. Right here, I would say that we only have a highest structure of about 50 feet. So we should keep clearance of the drone and make sure that it's flying above that line of sight. Now that we are aware of our surroundings, we're gonna proceed with setting up our equipment. This is a DJI Zenmuse X-T2. It's a dual camera where you have RGB imagery and also infrared imagery. We use it a lot for solar farm inspections. You can use it as well for roof inspections and any other sort of stuff like search and rescue. So this is how it looks. We're not gonna mess around with this one yet. What we are going to start doing is opening this case. So here is our DJI M210. With this one, we can put 2 sets of payloads. That would be the DJI Zenmuse X-T2 I just showed you. And we have a Zenmuse C30 that I'm gonna show you pretty soon. That one we use it for zoom. It gives us a lot of a bigger magnitude, let's say. And we can use it for tower inspections, building inspections. You're gonna see it in action pretty soon. Now, all of this, we are doing it after checking our equipment, doing a respective cleaning on it, and noticing that everything is working properly. You gotta make sure that the propellers don't have any chips, that there's no dents, nothing kind of weird. Try to look at the batteries and make sure that they're not blown out. If that is what's happening, then you shouldn't be using them, because that only means that pretty soon those batteries will be leaking, and that makes the drone prone to battery explosion, which you don't want in the air. You always want to be safe. You gotta make sure that those batteries are charged as well. All of this is done during the pre-flight operation. You should have a checklist for all of this, and you're gonna see it as well. Now, to proceed putting these batteries, we just put them right here, like so. Same thing over here. And there you go. There you have it. That only means that the batteries are fully charged. So this is the camera I was telling you about, Zenmuse C30, and you're gonna see it in action pretty soon, okay? Now, you gotta remember that if we're gonna be flying a drone for industrial purposes, most places will require you to use PPE or personal protective equipment. So you will need a hard hat, you would need your high visibility vest, your steel toe boots, and some safety goggles. So once you know that you have all of that, then you're ready. Now we're gonna turn this baby on. We need to turn on the drone as well, and the way we do it is you hit the first button once and then you keep it holding it for about 2 or 3 seconds, just like this. 1, and there you go. Now we need to calibrate the drone. We've moved to a certain location where this drone has never been before, and it just needs to recompass the compass. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take the drone like so. Be careful with the propellers, just rotate it like so. And then it's gonna ask you to move it on a different way, which is like this. Now the controller just told us that the calibration has been done. We just need to check the rest of the alerts and make sure that we have enough satellites. About 12 is ideal. You shouldn't be flying if it's less than 7. The drone won't be able to really find itself in an ideal way unless you're using RTK technology and other kinds of stuff. It's gonna be more difficult as well if you're doing kind of like an automated fly. So if you're gonna be flying with low quantity of satellites, you should be well aware that you will be flying in manual mode, which is what we're gonna do today. Now I'm gonna show you how to start the propellers, the motors. DJI usually has on its mode 2 a very specific way to do it. So you're gonna take both sticks and you're gonna go downwards and inwards. I'm gonna show you how I do it, but at the same time I want you to see how the propellers start as soon as I do this, okay? So here we go.
Take off.
And that's how you start the propellers. Now if you want to stop them right away, you're gonna use the left stick and you're gonna bring it all the way down. This will make the drone basically stop its propellers. Now the next step, we're gonna repeat exactly the same thing, but we're gonna elevate the drone about 2 to 3 feet. This to show you how to rotate it in a clockwise and counterclockwise way. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna start the propellers downwards and inwards, and then we're gonna use our left stick and we're gonna go a little bit up. This elevates the drone. We're gonna leave it just right there. Can you see it? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start rotating the drone. And to rotate it clockwise, we're gonna go towards the right on the left stick. Now notice how the drone doesn't maintain the same axis. That is because we're flying really close from the ground and there's a lot of air fighting against the drone towards different sides. If we go a little bit upwards, we're gonna be able to control it a little bit easier. Now we're gonna do a rotation clockwise. And if we want to do it counterclockwise, then we're just gonna maintain it towards the left. If we want to fly the drone and make it go towards the front, to its front, I'm gonna show that to you while we're not flying right up below the trees because we are really close from them, and as you know, we want to avoid that. So this is just to show you real quick how to rotate the drone, how to lift off. Now here, I want to show you something real quick. Usually, whenever I elevate this drone, you need to have in mind that you want to be flying above the highest structure. That's usually the case. So what I do is, we know that the trees are going to be the highest obstacles around. So then I just fly around. I just look at the camera, making sure that the gimbal is at 0 degrees, as you can see right here. And then as soon as it's at 0, I rotate clockwise and counterclockwise just to make sure that the drone is flying above that. That will give me certainty that whenever I'm flying, I'm not gonna be encountering any kind of obstacle where the drone might crash. You also might to be mindful of any kind of birds that are appearing close, even more if it's during the spring. Probably not during the winter, but during the spring and even during the summer, it's gonna happen quite a lot. You gotta be careful of that. Right now I'm just flying straight. If you wanna show that, that is exactly what I'm doing. Now I'm gonna go towards the left, so the drone starts doing kind of like a circle, and it's coming back.
I can't really see it.
Probably a little bit more difficult to see it, but it is going all the way back. Can you see it here? Now if I'm gonna land, what I like to do whenever I'm landing is I get as close as possible to the home point. Now there's a little bird right over there. Whenever I'm going to be ready to land, I can slowly down 90 degrees. That gives me the possibility to see exactly where the home is. And then I usually prefer just to land on manual, since that gives me complete control of the drone without having to worry about any obstacle I'm getting on it. Now there's a tip here. If you're not using any landing pad, I didn't do it this time, but I usually prefer to have the gimbal all the way up as soon as I'm really close from the ground. Because if you are flying and you are landing on an area that is filled up with dirt or rocks or any of that, the air coming out of the propellers might cause for some rocks to just fly off and maybe hit one of those lenses. You want to protect the lenses because, I mean, they're not that cheap, right? So that's kind of like one counter strategy that I usually use, but it's always better just to have one of these landing pads that is going to prepare from it's going to protect your aircraft overall from any dirt that's around. I'm gonna move the drone towards its left. Well, that's its right. Sorry, towards its right. And then I'm gonna do it towards its left. That is the front. Now it's gonna fly in reverse. Always mindful of the obstacles around, and you usually need to have complete vision line of sight with this drone. Now if we want to do some maneuvers where I'm gonna show you probably a quick inspection, we could do it with a different controller, and that's what we're gonna do now. I'm just gonna land this drone. We're landing it in manual. Manual.